What's good? Welcome to the first episode of the Theo's Tailgate show. We got several special guests hopping on today. Raion Strader, Auburn University's newest cornerback, Levi Wentz, who will be taking his talents up to Kansas University with the Jayhawks, and the #1 rated linebacker in the entire transfer portal, Nikhai Hill-Green, who will be playing for the University of Alabama next season. We're going to be hitting on the transfer portal with those three, and then we're going to finish up talking about the transition in the track season with Kanye Thompson, 100-meter PSAC champion last year, and also was a large reason why Slippery Rock made it to the D2 National Semifinals, leading the conference in punt return yards, and also being a lockdown corner. I lost a bet, so I gotta wear this goofy jersey, but it's all right. My boy Jaden Daniels got my back this week, so he did his thing against the Eagles, capped it off with that last-second touchdown. But let's dive into some college football headlines to kick things off. Mike Vick, he just signed as the 19th head coach in Norfolk State history, a legendary HBCU program that's about 25 miles away from Virginia Tech, where he was a Heisman finalist in 1999 for them before going on to be an NFL legend, obviously. And I think colleges hiring former NFL legends is going to become more of a trend. You see Eddie George, he just finished up his first season at Tennessee State, and he led them to their first FCS playoff appearance in 11 years. And you see what Coach Prime's doing over in Colorado, Boulder, where he started off at Jackson State in the FCS and now is leading a dominant program in the Big 12. So I think that's going to become more of a trend. There were also a lot of rumors and conversations. Adam Schefter actually posted it, that Mike Vick was going to take the head coaching job at Sacramento State. That job actually got landed by Brennan Marion, who's a Pittsburgh native, and his story is quite unique. Let's take a look at this interview from ESPN's First Take in 2009.
You didn't have any scholarship offers, so what did you decide to do?
I decided to move out to California with a friend of mine and just go out there and keep following my dream and go to junior college.
Then you went out to Foothill College out there, no scholarships, so what did you do to get by? You went with a friend out there.
We worked some construction jobs. We worked different little odd jobs, just trying to make it.
And how much could you make, and where could you stay if not having a steady sort of income?
We couldn't make much. We made just enough to pay the rent, or when we lived in different rooms, the rent and stuff like that. Just enough to get by, just enough to keep trying to accomplish our dream and goal.
And from there, from what I understand, you transferred to De Anza College. Still, you didn't have a regular place to stay, so where did you sleep when you were there?
Just different rooms for rent. I had a lot of good friends out there who would let me stay at their house for a couple weeks and just move different places around town, around San Jose and the Oakland area.
What if you didn't have a friend's place that you could stay in? Were you able to use the facilities at the school at all or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. That summer, actually, we didn't have anywhere to stay, so we stayed the locker room and in the press box and different places around the school. Had janitors leave doors open for us and stuff like that. We were just out there to accomplish a dream, and we wouldn't leave until we did that.
Now, he's one of the most well-respected coaches in all of college football. He spent the past 2 seasons at UNLV serving as the offensive coordinator, but with Sacramento State having a losing season last year, along with Norfolk State and Mike Vick, they're going to be looking to dive straight headfirst into the transfer portal, but so is every other coach in the country. There's over 3,000 athletes that have entered the transfer portal alone since Thanksgiving. One of the highest rated cornerbacks in the entire transfer portal is going to be jumping on here in a second, Raion Strader, who's going to be taking his talents from the MAC to the SEC, Miami of Ohio to Auburn University. Going to be making a big jump, but he has the skill set for it as he led the entire nation in pass breakups this year by 3, even though he missed the game with a bruised kidney. But without any further ado, let's jump on with Raion Strader.
So why Auburn? It's Pat Dye Field. It's Jordan Hare Stadium. It's the Tiger Walk. It's the Eagle Flight. It's Rolling Tombs Corner. This place is special and there's no other place I'd rather be. I believe in Auburn and love it. My name's Raion Strader. I'm an Auburn Tiger, War Damn Eagle.
So we got Raion on, true freshman All-American, led the nation in pass breakups this year, recently committed to Auburn. How excited are you for what the future holds, bro?
Super excited, man. Can't wait to really see what's going on in the future.
I gotta ask, bro, why Auburn? Was it an easy decision in that portal?
Nah, man. The portal's crazy, you got a little bit of time, to really make a really big decision for the next couple of years of your career. So Auburn really made it easy. I just said, I go where I want it. They showed a lot of interest just like other schools, but I felt like I was called into that opportunity. I had that feeling of I needed to be there. Going down there, seeing what they had to offer, that was really something big that stuck out to me, like the facilities, the way they play, the way they compete. I loved everything about it. And I seen you felt the culture, you had to feel what they were really trying to, make happen this season.
Leading the nation in pass breakups, being a lockdown corner, what part of your game are you most excited to be bringing up to the SEC?
How good I could play in coverage and my production on the ball. I feel like I get to showcase that. That's really probably one of my biggest abilities, and I just can't wait to show everybody.
And with being heavily recruited, once entering the transfer portal, was your phone doing numbers, bro?
Man, for days, it was I probably wake up. I would hop on the phone at probably 8 o'clock. It would be 8 to 8 or 8 to 10 o'clock. They've been on my phone constantly.
And you mentioned that official visit to Auburn and how well that went, but were there any other visits that you might have taken recently?
I went to Ole Miss a day before I went to Auburn. I really liked it there too. They were really offering something great there too.
For sure, and I think it's safe to say that you might have been slept on throughout your career. 247 Sports had you rated as a 0-star recruit out of high school, switched it up to a 4-star recruit once entering the portal. EA Sports put you at a 79 overall at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? What advice would you have for younger athletes out there today that may be under-recruited or may lack the measurables, things of that nature?
Pay attention to that, because one day you're going to shock everybody. Keep it as fuel, keep that in the back of your mind. Let it be known, you can be slept on and still make it. You feel me? Don't get discouraged, use it as fuel.
And are there any other guys in that portal that you played with last year that we can possibly keep an eye out for this upcoming season?
For surely. Reggie Virgil, he just transferred. That's my boy. He transferred to Texas Tech. He's going to make something happen. He got one more year. He's going out with a bang.
Through your past 2 years, you have put together what is considered a legendary career with the Red Hawks. Do you have a favorite memory maybe up there playing for Miami?
Favorite memory? It's winning the championship, going from, the past year before I got there, they went 6-6. To prior to me getting there, I get there in the spring. We build, we go 11-2, win a championship. The championship was probably the best moment, being a Red Hawk.
Maybe a little too early to tell, but will we see you in that 13 as a Tiger?
Absolutely.
You played against some other high-level programs too, going to be making a jump up this year. Are there any receivers that you may have played against this past season or throughout your career that really stood out?
There's a lot of them that stood out, but, at the end of the day, it's all about what I do. I pay attention, I watch film week to week, but, all it really takes is your technique, you feel me? Gets you a long way.
Your younger brother just recently won a Whippeal title and snagged a pair of D1 offers from MAC schools. How exciting has it been to witness his success athletically?
Man, it was super exciting, man. Watching him grow, you actually get to watch someone grow up and develop, and then how much work we put in. It just almost made me cry almost. You feel me? Just seeing him, just grow up and get what he deserves.
At Penn Hills, Miami, and now going up to the SEC with Auburn, is your journey something that you would say that you're grateful for?
Absolutely. Probably wouldn't really change nothing too different about it. I really wasn't highly recruited, really wasn't looked at as that big time player. But that really helped me build that self-esteem that I have, the confidence I have in myself to keep working and to keep building my craft. I love the process that I took, the journey that I got. I love every second of it.
And now that you're back in the city, have you been locking in with any trainers, things of that nature, working out?
Definitely. I always hit deep out every time I come back.
And I noticed the shirt, the DC5. Is that something you represented?
Oh, yeah. I've been cool with Sean it's been a couple years though now, just like, rocking the merch too, always supporting the guys.
The transfer portal has been referred to as the Wild Wild West. Would you agree with that statement?
Definitely. It's real, it's crazy, it's fast. A lot of schools giving you a lot of stuff, and you gotta make a decision real quick, so yeah, I would compare it to that.
But hey, Raion, I really do appreciate you getting with me, bro. One last question. What are you gonna be bringing to the tailgate?
For the tailgate, bring some snacks to the tailgate. That's all I got for you. Get your popcorn ready.
All right, we're gonna have to consider the invite then, Brody.
Hey,
appreciate you though, bro.
I appreciate you.
In the annual rivalry game.
And Miami's not doing nothing but just sit back, just playing zone, getting their eyes on the quarterback.
Oh, it's an interception. Raion Strader came flying in. There he goes down the sideline.
So we heard Raion agree that the transfer portal is similar to the Wild Wild Western ways, but there are a lot of other local athletes that are taking advantage of it as well. Tyrese Fairby is going to be making a switch from Kentucky over to Wisconsin, playing in the Big Ten next year. And Dayon Hayes, he's going to be traveling from Boulder with Coach Prime. He's going to be making a move over to Texas A&M to become an Aggie in the SEC next year. The list just goes on. I'm not going to run through all the names, but the transfer portal has come with a lot of backlash. A lot of coaches, analysts, ADs, things of that nature are calling for a commissioner of college football to put new rules in place regarding the transfer portal. Bo Pabula is the backup quarterback for Penn State. He felt as if he really needed to enter the transfer portal in the middle of the college football playoffs due to high demand of quarterbacks. Might become a low demand of quarterbacks once more spots are filled. But let's take a look at what James Franklin had to say on the matter, as he was not too happy about the situation, as his quarterback wanted to finish the season and felt as if he was not granted that opportunity.
And when you play the position of quarterback and there's only one spot and those spots are filling up, he felt like he was put in a no-win situation, and I agree with him. To have a transfer portal / free agency going on right in the middle of the playoffs, there's just a lot of things that don't really make sense. And I know there's been a lot of discussions about, maybe a commissioner of college football, but I think it's pretty obvious we need that. We need somebody running college football. We need somebody that is not biased based on a conference, and that is out of the financial impacts of it as well. So, I'm concerned for college football right now in general, to be honest with you. And I think a lot of people are.
Bo Pabula has already found a new home too, despite it being the middle of college football playoffs still. He'll be taking his talents to the SEC next year with the Missouri Tigers. Another guy who committed earlier this week, Levi Wentz, who's going to be the newest Jayhawk receiver. He'll be taking his talents from Albany, the Great Danes, FCS level, all the way up to the Big 12, FBS, with the Jayhawks, Kansas University. And he'll be hopping on here any second. Also, a little backstory. Levi's younger brother, Eli, is a high-level two-way player for Pine Richland High School. Raion, who was just on, his younger brother, Obi, is the starting quarterback for Pine Richland High School. The two of them just won a Whitfield championship together and connected on many deep balls throughout the year. Levi and Raion did not play together in high school, but I still just thought that was cool to throw out there. But without any further ado, let's jump on with Kansas's newest receiver.
I don't need no gun in the bank with all my cash out, but bitch, I'm a quarter pop my lock. I bet all them niggas run. I gotta ride with 2, 3 fuck this piece that's on my.
So we got Levi here, recently committed to Kansas after a dominant season with Albany. I gotta ask to start off, bro, why Kansas?
I mean, it's high-level football, great coaching staff, great quarterback. It's just an opportunity that I couldn't pass up on, I mean, I worked to get to the highest level, and I got the opportunity to do that, so it was tough to pass up on.
And the Jayhawks have a historic hoop program, obviously. Are you excited to hit some basketball games this upcoming semester?
Yeah, most definitely, man. During my visit, we took a tour of the basketball arena and went through the whole facility and just saw the history of the program. And I mean, knowing that I come from a hooping background, like that's something that got me fired up. Like just standing on that court and knowing all the history that has taken place in that building, like that got me real excited.
And this will be your third Division I school that you'll be playing at after Old Dominion, balling out at Albany, and now making a trip up to Kansas. Would you say your football journey is something that you've been grateful for?
Yeah, man, I'm beyond grateful, man. God has put me in so many situations and has put me in, has given me so many challenges that I've had the opportunity to overcome and just stay down and work for, and to be able to finish out my career at a high level playing in the Big 12 for a program that's as stamped as Kansas is, like it feels like it's come full circle, and this is something that I worked for and prayed for such a long time.
And you mentioned the visit that you took earlier. Were there some other visits that you may have went on during your time throughout the portal?
Yeah, so Kansas was my fourth visit. I had visited JMU, Liberty, and North Texas, and then Kansas was the last one. So I definitely saw a lot. Saw a lot of different places that had a lot of different things to offer. So Kansas was the one that won me over, though.
Playing in the CAA last year, being an all-CAA selection, and making a jump up to the Big 12, there's an obvious difference there. You're going to be playing in some big-time stadiums. What would you say, or where was your favorite stadium that you played an away game at throughout your career so far?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. Shoot. We played, so in Albany, we played 2 games at Idaho, the Kibbe Dome. That was an environment unlike any other environment I had been a part of. I mean, they have a fantastic fan base. It was just high energy for both games. One was a playoff game and one was just a regular season game, and you just couldn't tell the difference between the two. So that was a crazy environment. And then at ODU, we played at Liberty, actually. Liberty has a great fan base as well, so that was another one where the fans were rocking, the stadium was jumping, like it was a good time. So I'm excited to be able to play in the Big 12 against teams who get those kind of turnouts on the regular. So I mean, I live for the high level competition, for all the energy. So that's something I'm gonna feed off of, and I'm excited to get to be able to experience this next season.
You guys at Kansas will have a returning quarterback that's one of the best in all of college football, and you got to showcase your receiving abilities last season. How excited are you to showcase those same abilities up on a bigger stage at Kansas?
Yeah, man, I'm super excited. I mean, Jalen Daniels, he's returning for his last year. I mean, he's obviously proved his ability and what he can do in college football, and for it to be both of our last year's eligibility and to try to go out on the highest note, I mean, that's super exciting for me. I think I bring a different type of game to Kansas that can definitely complement his playing style. So I'm just excited to get to campus and tap in with him and get to work, you know.
Are you back home in the area right now, bro?
Yeah, I got home a couple of days ago after I wrapped up all my visits, so I'm home for the holidays now.
And have you been getting any work in while you're at the crib?
Yeah, man, I tapped in with my guy Marcus over there at Pittsburgh Rock Guard. I mean, I've been tapped in with him since I started playing receiver. He's helped me grow a lot as a player and as a receiver, so I'll be with him all break. I'm gonna get in with my guy Tom Ricketts. He's been training me since I was in high school, so yeah, I'm definitely, the work never stops. I mean, and to be able to get to where I want to go and achieve my goals, I gotta stay on it 24/7. So.
And are there any guys that you played with this past season with the Great Danes that we can keep an eye out for in the portal as well?
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple. So one of my other receivers, Jackson Parker. He entered the portal. He's starting to blow up a little bit. So I'm excited for him to see where he ends up. I mean, he's got all the ability in the world. We have a very similar play style. He's very polished. Like wherever he ends up, he's gonna turn it up. So that's one guy to keep an eye out for. A couple guys on defense entered the portal. I mean, Albany produces great players. They have great development over there. So I mean, whoever comes out of Albany is destined to do good things. So definitely just keep an eye out for those guys and for the Great Danes especially. I mean, I'm gonna be cheering for them forever. Like I'm forever indebted to that program for what they've done for me, and I'm always a Great Dane at heart. So.
No doubt, bro. And your younger brother, Eli, recently won a WPIAL championship. I don't know if you saw the block he had earlier this week, but how exciting is it to see your younger brother having success athletically?
Man, it's awesome. Like, Eli's like my best friend. Like, since he was young, like obviously we're brothers. We butt heads a little bit, but I mean we push each other as much as we can, and just to see him develop and grow as not only an athlete but as a man, like it really makes me truly proud. And I was at the game the other night when he had that block, and I was like, dang, like that's what I used to do. He must be taking a page out of my book, but nah, he's a special athlete. He definitely does a lot of things that I couldn't do. I mean, he's got a high motor and stuff, and I'm just beyond proud of him and where he's gonna go and what he's gonna do in the future. So.
All right, and hey, Levi, you already know I appreciate you getting with me, bro, but one last question. What will you be bringing to the tailgate?
Man, what I'm going to bring? You stumped me the last time with this question, but let's say I'll bring some Kansas City barbecue to the tailgate this time, since I got to rep the Kansas, so.
Hey, say less. That's a great answer, bro, but appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Empty backfield for Weber. Weber's going to air it out downfield towards Wentz, and he reeled it in. A sensational catch for Levi Wentz.
Transfer portal is obviously a controversial topic. Levi is a guy who has benefited from it along with thousands of other athletes across collegiate sports. And there are some new rules that I think are going to affect college football positively and negatively. We got this JUCO rule. I don't want to speak too much on it because it's not set in stone. But basically, Vanderbilt's quarterback, Diego Pavia, took the NCAA to court for an appeal that he won. And this new rule would potentially allow athletes NJCAA eligibility to not count toward their NCAA eligibility, giving them 2 years of JUCO eligibility and 4 years of NCAA eligibility, so 6 years total. This could completely change the game. Another rule that I think is not going to be as beneficial toward athletes is Division I teams cutting their rosters down to 105. This is a rule that was created by the NCAA. I think it's going to basically eliminate walk-on programs entirely. There's going to be no more Division I walk-ons, sadly. But let's take a look at what Coach Rule had to say on the rule, because I agree with his take.
Yeah, the roster limits are a real factor. I mean, it's just I can't imagine what's going to happen in the next 6 months. And if you're like a coach who's really cares about people, you're going to have to tell guys at the end of the season, like, hey, there's no spot for you here next year, so the guys can go and find somewhere else to go. And you have some players probably who are like, I'm not touching the ball enough, or I'm unhappy, and they're like, I'm going to go in the portal. And you think about the effect that's about to happen. The portal's already flooded. So we have 150, and we need to go to 105. That's 45 guys. Now, I know some seniors, but we'll add some guys. Just think about 20 to 30 guys from every school having to go into the portal, and the effect it's going to have on FCS, and then on Division II, and then on NAIA and Division III. It's going to be, so to your point, when Marquise and Jamari say, hey, we want to come back, that's 2 more people now that can't be here next year. Like, if you really think about it, we've outlawed, legislated the true walk-on programs in college football. There's kids that love this place, that this will be the last day they put their pads on and go out there to be a Husker, and all settled in a courtroom somewhere. So it's a shame. It's a real shame.
With roster spots limited, it's still not slowing down anything. With 3,000 athletes entering the transfer portal alone since Thanksgiving, like we mentioned earlier, but high-level players for teams are not too affected by this, such as Nikhai Hill-Green, who has a guaranteed spot next year at the University of Alabama. Let's catch up with them.
Morton down the middle, that's deflected, and it's picked off. It's Hill-Green coming the other way, intercepted by Nikhai Hill-Green.
Wow. Net between his 2 hands. He's fixing his mouthpiece. He jumps up, and the ball just sticks.
He rang it into his own hand.
That was remarkable stuff.
All right, so we got Nikhai here, who has put together an amazing career at Michigan, Charlotte, and Colorado. Let's get right into it, bro. What are some of the biggest takeaways and lessons you've learned throughout your college career?
The biggest thing I would say is this. I learned this from one of my mentors, Mike Tomlin. It really doesn't matter where you go, it matters what you do. So whenever people ask me for, advice or, tips, I just tell them that. Like, it doesn't matter where you go, whether it's high level or low level, it matters what you do.
And then I gotta ask, bro, since entering the portal, your phone probably has been buzzing, but why Alabama?
Man, Alabama, it's different. Like, they're chasing what I'm chasing, and I feel like the people there, we just mesh well. Like, you know what I mean? We're all fierce competitors, and a place like Alabama, it's just going to bring out the best in me.
And then reflecting on your past season as the highest graded linebacker in the entire Big 12, what would you say is the strongest part of your game, whether it be jack of all trades, physicality, things of that nature?
I would say my football IQ, just definitely diagnosing the game, being able to play faster, and the way I prepare. So the biggest thing is like my consistency, just to play the game like it's chess, like play with my mind more than my body, and just play fast.
And I also got to ask, bro, do you think Bama should have gotten that playoff spot over SMU?
Absolutely. You can't reward a team for losing their conference championship by putting them in a bigger game, and you see what the outcome was. They got blown out. So, yeah, my answer is 100% Bama should have got them.
I definitely agree with you, bro. And back in the day, you were teammates with Joey Porter Jr. in high school, along with some other high-level names. Who are some of the best teammates that you've had throughout your career as well?
I gotta say my guy Blake Corum from Michigan. I feel like the way that he works and just his outlook on life, we grew so close from being teammates to being brothers. That's one. Another one is Demetrius Knight, South Carolina linebacker. Me and him, we crossed paths at Charlotte, and the way he works and just his dedication and his purpose behind the reason he plays the game, that was like big for me to just connect with him in that way, and a lot of others too.
So I've seen on your Instagram story and just on your social media in general, Bible scriptures, things of that nature. Is your faith something that you take seriously?
Man, absolutely. Like I'm nothing without God. I'm nothing without having faith, and it's like it's a constant thing. Like you're never too high or too low to just come to God and just leave it all on the table, and it lifts the burden off of you just to know that God's giving you just life and opportunity and just everything. So why not pay it forward and just give him the glory and the honor.
You play really fast out there on that field, bro. It's almost like you know where the rock's gonna be. With your preparation, is film something that you take seriously?
Yeah, absolutely. First, I would say you got to know what you're doing, your job, and your team scheme. But second, you got to know what they're doing and how they're trying to beat you, because it's all really like a game within a game. So once you figure out what their strengths and weaknesses are, it just becomes easier and easier the more that you watch.
And then, bro, let's wrap it up here. How excited are you to be heading up to Tuscaloosa this upcoming season?
Man, I'm looking forward to it. We're chasing something big, and I just can't wait to get to work with this staff and these players and just give them everything I got.
And then, bro, I appreciate you getting with me, but I got one last question. What will you be bringing to the tailgate?
To the tailgate, I'm probably gonna bring some blueberries, some fruit. I'm gonna probably bring some steak or some steaks on the grill for the tailgate. I need a bag, so I'm probably bring some water or some body arm or something like that.
Message straight from Nikhai. You gotta incorporate fruit. But hey, bro, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Which is a one-way ticket to get a race from the goal.
He's got those straps out there. Sorsby handed it off to Tyner, nowhere to go. Hill-Green making the tackle on the play for the bump.
Nikhai is a speedy backer that plays fast, but we're going to be diving into even more speed now with the transition into the track season. We got Drew Griffith, who is a Butler native. He went to Butler area high school, runs for Notre Dame right now. He broke Notre Dame's 3,000-meter steeplechase record in the NCAA championships last year. Kanye Thompson, who's going to be joining us here shortly, he's a 100-meter champion in the PSAC, 60-meter champion, 4x1 champion. He also is a large reason why Slippery Rock made it to the D2 national semifinals for football, was a high-level returner leading the conference in punt return yards, and was a lockdown corner.
It's Thompson. It's a wobbly kick. Taken across the 25 to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and in again in territory up the 49-yard line.
And we got Kanye here. Congratulations on a great season, bro. How cold was it up there in that D2 semifinal game in Big Rapids, Michigan?
Being up slip, bro, like our stadium on like a hill, so we get all the wind and all that, and we was practicing like we didn't have a single practice inside, so our coaches prepared us well enough that when we went up there, like it actually wasn't that cold. And I went out there for pregame, like I was good, like I was able to be out there in a short sleeve shirt, let the wind go. It was good. It wasn't that bad though, for sure.
And you led the PSAC in yards per punt return, dynamic returner. What runs through your head back there when that ball's in the air?
First, how the ball is, like when it's in the air, my coach taught me, like, if it's still spinning, then it's going back, or if it's wobbly, then it's falling short. So first I see how the ball is in the air, then once I see it's fieldable, and I see that the return team, the punt team, they ain't really running fast, and I be knowing it's over. Once I get it, I just think about it like when I was a kid, like play free for all, you throw the ball up, you just run and try to dodge everybody. I just think about it like that. Just dodge everybody and try to get upfield.
For sure, bro. With football wrapping up, are you excited about this transition over to track?
Yeah, I'm looking to repeat indoor 60 meter, repeat outdoor 100 meter, break the 100 meter record again for the school, and break the PSAC record. I was 0.1 off, so I'm ready to just elevate, just go up from the times last year. That was just a sneak peek of what's about to happen this year.
And tell us a little bit more about what comes with that transition. What are some of the main differences from your daily football schedule to your daily track schedule?
One thing that people that play football, like, they don't understand, or like a regular sport like basketball or football, like I said, baseball, like track is a whole different world. Like when you're competing with people, you can like make friends with them out on the field. Everyone's warming up together, everybody's saying something to whoever. Like it's just a whole different world. Like when people, the slang is different, like the preparation, like for track, you don't really lift heavy weights. You're just lifting fast and quick dynamic stuff just to get your power going and the little things. And with football, it's more heavy weight and all that. And it's just a completely different environment.
And you're obviously speedy, bro. You won a 100-meter dash in the conference last year. We saw you zooming around out there all season. What other aspects of your game do you take pride in now?
On the field, I just want people to really know that I'm a gamer. Like, anywhere on the field, I'm going to make a play. Like, I can go to receiver, I can go catch, score a touchdown there, return it, play corner, score from there, block the receiver. I can just do whatever on the field. That's it. Like, anything that has something to do with playmaking and creating those plays that can change the game, I know that I could do that and be a part of that at any moment.
And you were also a high-level dual sport athlete in high school at McKeesport. What did recruiting look like for you? Did any other schools give you the opportunity to run track and play football like you're doing right now at a high level?
I talked to a couple big-time schools for track and for football. I didn't really run track. Like, it wasn't serious until my senior year, so it was kind of too late for me to get the good opportunities to run track. But for football, I was just offered to play both sides, receiver, running back, or corner. And Slippery Rock kind of just put me as a corner when I got up there. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to play. Like, it was all the way up until I got to campus that I knew that I was officially going to be a VP.
Being a high-level dual sport athlete in college, you probably have limited time on your hands. Are you a guy who still takes academics seriously?
Yeah. Ever since I was growing up I've been playing sports all year round all my life. So ever since growing up, my parents always got with me and told me that my grades come first, and they always made it an emphasis to tell me that it's called a student athlete for a reason, and you got to take care of your books before you can do anything. Because without your books, you're pretty much doing it for no reason.
You did just wrap up a legendary season up there in Slip, making it all the way to the D2 semifinals, winning the PSAC. Did you have a favorite memory from this past season?
I think my favorite memory from the year probably was the whole season, just in general. I mean, like the senior group that I had, they were a good group of guys, and I mean, ever since I've been up at Slip, those were the only guys who were in the locker room that I knew were for sure here, and they had good leadership. So I think that the whole season was like my favorite memory, but like in specific, probably the IUP game, because the game before that, the Edinburgh game, I had muffed the punt for the first time ever, so it was like my first mistake in college. So going into the IUP game, I knew it was a rival game. My chances were like real high. So getting I had like a 37-yard punt return to set us up for scoring position. So that was like my favorite because I just bounced back and I just proved about my mental that I'm a strong-minded dude, and whatever happens, I'm gonna just bounce back.
And the team was filled with talent. Are there any guys we could look out for that are currently in the transfer portal or have declared for the 2025 NFL draft?
Eddie Faulkner, he just declared for the draft. Munchie Johnson, he declared for the draft. Todd Hill, he's real good. He just declared for the draft. Good luck to Calvin Wilson, K-Ban, I'm pretty sure you know who that is. He just entered the portal. He was real fun to play with. Good luck, all prayers to him and his journey moving forward. Braden Long, our quarterback. I don't know if he's going to enter the draft, but he's real good. Drees Lawrence, number 5, he's probably going to enter the draft. He's real good. Chris Dior. We're Logan Ramper. I don't know if he's going to enter, but he's good. Josh Stokes, the other corner that I played with. Pretty much most of our team, our whole team was real good. And I wouldn't be surprised if most of them do declare. And I don't think that anyone has entered the portal. Also, Xavier Lewis, he's also someone that I know who had just recently entered the transfer portal. And good luck to him and prayers to him throughout his journey moving forward. And yeah, that's it. That's what you should look out for.
If you had to choose one, track or football?
Football, just because you really see like all your work you put out throughout like a week. Like you're practicing hard all week, preparing for a team, and you can just go have fun on game day. Like the nerves you feel, like the pressure you feel, I feel like you can't get that with no other sport. And it might sound crazy, but I'm in love with the pressure. The pressure makes you go 10 times harder. So yeah, I'd say football.
I really do appreciate you getting with me. I just got one more question for you. What are you going to be bringing to the tailgate?
I'm going to bring the snacks, man. All the Airheads, Snickers, all that Skittles, all them good snacks, man.
So then, bro, are your snacks all candy?
I like chips too. I like hot chips, flaming hot chips, like some hot flames or some hot fries. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that.
Word, but hey, bro, I appreciate you though.
Appreciate you for having me, bro. I really do, bro.
And we're off a slow start out of the gate from lane 3. That's A.J. Verrata. And gone is Kanye Thompson. Nobody will catch him. And Thompson at the line. That is awfully close. 10:27. That is 100th off the meet record. A blistering time from Kanye Thompson. Just shy of the meet and conference record. What a start from the sophomore. He gets it done.
Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Theo's Tailgate. It does mean a lot, and stay tuned for episode 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is definitely a learning experience, so better content, better episodes, better everything coming soon.